Welcome to episode 3. Today our topic is going to be building resilience through life's challenges. I'm Natalie Day, your host. I'm a mother, a fitness enthusiast, a teacher, and coach. And so last episode we kind of explored how embracing change can lead to personal growth. Today we're diving in even deeper into what happens when we face life's inevitable challenges and how building resilience can empower us to overcome them. So we all face challenges, big, small. Some of them are expected, some are out of the blue. Whether it's a tough season at work, parenting struggles, fitness setbacks, resilience is what allows us to keep moving forward and grow stronger. It's not something that we can avoid, unfortunately. It would be nice if we could, and it is kind of building that resilience to get through it. So let's start by breaking down what resilience actually means. So resilience isn't about avoiding hardship or pretending things are easy. It's learning to bounce back and adapt. It's about finding strength within ourselves even when we're faced with the most difficult situations. So I was thinking a lot about this resilience, and every day kind of just brings different challenges, and whether it can be through parenting or even your job, coaching, whatever it may be, just even simple daily tasks. And I was thinking last week, just a simple day, I came home from work and my daughter said, I broke the thermostat. And normally, that would be something that I would call my dad for, and he would come down from Logan and he would help me figure out how to change the thermostat. And so I was tired. I remember coming home, and I just got home from the gym, and I was tired, and I was like, it's okay. We'll just figure this out. And it was not something that I planned on doing. And then, so I just thought, okay, maybe I'll just change the batteries, and that didn't work. And then the furnace just kept going, and it never turned off. And so by the end of the night, I think it was probably like 80 or 90 in our house. And my youngest was like, Mom, it is so hot in here. And so I didn't know how to fix it. And I tried to call somebody. We couldn't figure it out. So the only thing I know my dad always taught me is you can always turn off the breaker. So I went down and turned off the breaker. And I figured it's okay. It's not terribly cold yet. And then I'll figure this out on the weekend when I have a little bit more time. And so Saturday I figured I'll just go get a different thermostat at Best Buy, and it shouldn't be that big a deal. I was reading everything online, and it just said, it'll be 15 minutes. And so I was like, when I get to it, I'll get to it. But then I woke up on Sunday morning, and because the weather had magically changed to winter, it was 60 or below in our house. And I thought, okay, I've got to figure this out. And I started actually watching the videos and realized that I have to do the wiring of the thermostat. And so it turned into this little problem, turned into a little bit longer, and it took me a little bit longer to figure out, but I figured it out, and it was a setback. But I have to say that after I changed it, I was like, oh, now I actually understand where the wires go for different thermostats. So it definitely was an issue, but we got it figured out, and I took a little bit longer than I thought and had to spend a little extra money, but we figured it out. And so I'm actually thankful for that. I'm thankful for a dad that taught me that I could just do it, and it also made me miss my dad. So all setbacks come with some issues, but it depends on how you get through them, and that kind of is how we get through life and be able to adapt. So resilience is definitely not a trait you're born with. It is definitely a skill that you build. And the good news is that every challenge that we face gives us this opportunity to strengthen this skill. And so that's what I keep trying to tell my kids too. As we look through different issues or any problems that we have, that helps build our resilience. And it also helps us like be able to find the positives in life. If you can see my wall behind me, this is like my wall in my room. And this is this thing that I just like read every day when I first thing in the morning, and it kind of helps me like get in that right mindset for the day. So now we're going to kind of talk about some practical skills to build resilience. These have habits that we can incorporate daily, so when challenges arise, which they will every day, we'll be prepared to face them. And so we've talked about this before, and I will always talk about this, but I think our first thing is our mindset check. Practice gratitude. And even in tough times, being able to just shift your focus to what you're grateful for builds mental toughness and helps you stay grounded. I was talking to a student the other day, and we were kind of just talking about how you can shift your mindset and that positive mindset. And sometimes when you can get really, you notice you're spiraling, you can literally just tell your mind, like, stop it and take a deep breath for a minute, and then find something that you're grateful for. And it's amazing that if you can just sit for just 5 seconds and take a deep breath and like think about one positive thing, how it can instantly change your mindset. So even going back to my thermostat last week, I was like frustrated, and on that night I did like, oh, I want to cry that I can't call my dad anymore and have him come down and just fix it for me. But then come Sunday, when I actually fixed it, the pride and the gratitude that I fixed it, and I like know how to do it, and like just being grateful that like my dad taught me that. So those are gratitudes that you can like find and look forward to, and it kind of helps you like remain like, it's okay, like things happen all the time, and you just have to roll with it. And the more you can like roll with it, the better you can help other people around you and your mindset to like, okay, we got this, like we can do this, and it builds that resilience. Another thing that I know is super important is self-care practices. Exercise, proper sleep, and nutrition are vital. When we care for our bodies, we are allowing our self to build mental resilience. It's like putting on armor every day. And I attest to this. I always tell people that going to the gym or working out for me is my mental sanity. And an example even of this was today is like I was tired. It was a long day, like at school, and it was a good day, but it was just long, and I kind of had a slight headache. Sometimes if I don't get enough sleep, then my body instantly tells me, and I will get a small headache. And so I thought, nope, not going to CrossFit today. I'm just gonna go home. And then I thought, nope, I'm just gonna go, and then I'm just gonna like move through, just so I can like move. And by just going, and then once I got there, then my competitive juices kick in. But by just going, like I walked out and I feel so much better, and that's kind of like that armor that I put on, and that tomorrow I can like deal with like the busyness and all the things that are going on. And sleep is super important. That's when your body repairs itself, when you can like calm it down, and like your cortisol levels will, if they're high, if you have good sleep, then it can lower those levels. And then eating well. And it is so interesting. I always like find myself like, my body will tell me like, all right, you haven't eaten and you haven't slept enough, and so I'm not going to make you feel very well. And so I think if you start listening to your body, and then you realize, oh, if I start listening to my body and I take care of it, it will take care of me. And mentally, then I can take care of myself and others around me. And I think that's the biggest thing, is you take care of yourself, you can take care of more people, because we are always trying to help others and do everything for other people. But we first have to take care of those vital things for ourselves. And then the other thing, a tool to put in your toolbox is reflection. So I think a lot of times, to even at the end of the day, to sit and like kind of reflect on like different past challenges that you had, And this, what it does is it can remind us of our strength and help us trust ourselves to be able to handle whatever comes next. And so I think these are super important, and if you start listening to your body, then your body will tell you, and you can build that resilience. So the final thing that I'd like to talk about today is just perseverance. Resilience and perseverance goes hand in hand. Perseverance is about staying committed to your goals even when things get tough. It's about getting up every day, even setbacks, and remember why you started in the first place. So I think sometimes persistence and resilience definitely goes in hand, and sometimes, like as a mom, I find myself sometimes when my boys will like sleep in or something, like, and I was like, I don't feel like I want to go to school, and so then they end up not going to school that day. And sometimes I find myself, like, if I haven't taken care of my nutrition and my exercise and I'm sleeping well, then I find myself getting kind of frustrated, like, oh, it's not fair, but sometimes you just have to get up and go and do. I've also noticed that, like, sometimes, like in teaching, like by the end of the day or by the end of the second day when I haven't had like a prep period, which for teachers, that's just kind of so you can get things done for your classes, that I come to one of the classes and I'm tired. And so I've thought about this a lot lately, that I have to put myself in the right mindset, and then once I do, then I end up having a great class. I walk away and I think the kids participate, but it literally boils down to kind of my mindset and that perseverance and just doing. Sometimes the saying of you just gotta fake it till you make it is so true, because that kind of gives you that persistence, and as you do that persistence, you build up that resilience. So building resilience doesn't mean that we will avoid struggles. It means we are better equipped to handle them with grace and strength. Life will always throw challenges our way, but on focusing on resilience, we can transform those tough moments into opportunities for growth. And I want to say thanks for joining me. And some of my favorite finds this week is I found these shoes, these Metcons, that actually just hold my laces in. And I know it sounds like such a silly thing, but I was like, oh, these are awesome. And I also think it's super important. Another favorite find is always carry around a water bottle. I always have my hydro jug with me, and I think that is also super important. And my favorite thing now that it's now November is put up your Christmas stuff. There is a Instagram post or something that I saw the other day that actually my mom sent me that said people that put up their Christmas stuff are actually happier. And so whatever makes you happy, if that makes you happy, put up your Christmas stuff and be persistent. Go to the gym, get your sleep, and eat well, and then you'll find that you have built resistance. And I think even the whole reflecting, like as you look back, you'll be like, oh, I have built this resilience. So thank you for tuning in to Life Joy Power. If today's episode resonated with you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need a little extra encouragement. Remember, resilience isn't about surviving, it's about thriving. And see you next time.